Hi, and welcome to our next webinar, Business Resilience and Continuity Through COVID-19. I'm Kelly, and today we also have Lisa here to deliver this webinar. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
This is part of a group of pre-recorded webinars for our clients and businesses to help them through COVID-19. Make sure that you've watched our Understand and Improve Your Cash Flow Through COVID-19. It's on our website on our COVID-19 page. Resilience and continuity. It is the ability to quickly adapt to disruptions while maintaining continuous business operations and safeguarding people and assets. It's highly essential that we find ways to recover our businesses quickly. What you do now and in the upcoming weeks will have a huge impact on the survival of your business. You need to take control and action because no one else is going to do it for you. Lisa.
So we need to make changes in our business. We need to think differently. And every business has room for improvement and change. And don't think for a second that your business is not applicable, because every business has room for improvement and change. And you just need to figure out what that is for you. What will be your new normal for your business? What will be the new normal for your industry? Because there will be a new normal. And we need to think outside the box. We need to step outside and think don't think, why can't we do this? Or why can't we do that? Instead, think about how can we do this? How can we do that? It's about thinking positively as well. And remember that if you don't step outside the box of your business, of your industry, your competitors will. And we're actually seeing this happen, aren't we, Kelly, already?
Yeah, we're definitely.
There's some great things happening out there at the moment. People are being really innovative with their businesses. So we need to be thinking that way with our businesses. And we will be talking about some strategies around that through this webinar. So we like to break it down into our 3 steps. So step 1 is to protect. So this is where we protect our business assets. Step 2 is change. This is where we need to find that change. And then step 3 is about succeeding. It's about taking action. And when you break it down like this, then it doesn't actually seem so bad. And what you do is just focus on one step at a time. Don't look at the end game, because then it can be quite overwhelming. Just focus on each step as you go along. And in fact, what we should have been doing, and I think we actually put another video out around this, is when we first went into lockdown, we should have already started on that step 1, shouldn't we, Kelly? We should have already been looking at how can we protect our business. And if you didn't start, then I suggest start now. So let's look at that step 1 and what that actually means. So first of all, protect your revenue. Have you been talking to your clients? Have you been talking and seeing where they're at and help build on those relationships? Can you help them in any way? And I think this has been a great opportunity for us to get the human touch back with clients, because I think for a long time now we've been hiding behind digital, emails and stuff like that. So this is a great opportunity to build on those solid relationships that we have with clients. Ensure you're communicating with them about your business as well, about where you're at with your business and when can you operate if you're not already operating. And certainly going into alert level 3, what does that mean for your business? And start talking to your clients about that. And when will you be back at full operation if you're not already? It's about giving them the confidence and protecting that relationship with them. And don't forget that if you've been unable to meet any contractual obligations, then ensure that you're talking to your clients as well. It's about keeping those lines of communication open. So then we move on to the next one, which is about reviewing and reducing your risks. So hopefully you already know those risks in your business, but if you don't, you need to sit down there and figure out what those risks are around financials and operations and try and minimize those risks. For example, let's say your cost of sale is a risk, then do you need to talk to your suppliers? Do you need to renegotiate new terms or conditions? Or maybe you actually need to look at new suppliers. So look at those risks in your business that could stop your business from surviving. Then let's move on to cash flow. So we have previously done a pre-recorded webinar, as Kelly mentioned, which is on our website and it is on our Facebook as well. I highly recommend that you do watch that, because right now has never been more important to truly understand what your cash flow is, where your hidden cash is, and then to make changes to ensure the cash survival of your business, because cash is king and that has not changed. And cash flow forecasting is your number one tool in predicting cash flow pressures and then being able to make the changes where needed. And we like to do the good, the bad, and the ugly predictions as well. So if you're not cash flow forecasting, if you're not taking control of your cash flow, then you definitely need to be doing that. And Kelly, we've seen that already with the clients who are already cash flow forecasting, and it has
Definitely.
been an amazing tool for them to see and give them the peace of mind as well that they can get through this.
Yeah.
So then we move on to talking about protecting your biggest assets. So what are your biggest assets, and are you doing everything right now to protect them? And for a lot of people, it's their staff. Their staff are actually their biggest assets. So we need to be doing what it takes right now to try and retain them. And we're, again, we're seeing that by having conversations with clients about reducing hours or reducing down to 80% or even the subsidy value just to keep them within the business. And I think also you can redeploy them to other areas. You can be, you can be quite creative about it. And for a lot of businesses that aren't operating right now, why not get staff working for you already? For example, let's say if you're a cafe and you can't operate, have you thought about engaging your staff through this period to do some research around maybe changes that you could make in your business, brainstorming some new ideas, maybe even help finding some new recipes? You can get quite creative here, and this is applicable to every business as well. And it's not just physical assets. What about your data in your business? That could be a major asset too. Is that protected right now? So look at those assets and ensure that you're protecting them, and ensure you're protecting everything really that is important to the survival of your business, and that will allow you to bounce back quickly through this kind of disruption. So Kelly will now take over on the next slide.
Great. Good. So what about change, the second step? Can you reinvent yourself to continue to operate in these unprecedented times? Every industry can change, and look at the stories that are out there. Can you diversify your business? Maybe you have one product. Maybe you can create new products. Can you deliver your services online? Can you productize your products and services? Or can you change the way that you deliver your services? So a lot of people we can hear in the paper now are going online or doing delivery services. And also, can you set yourself up better to work from home? So it's really thinking about all these changes that you can potentially do. And now, while we're still in level 4, is a really good time to be thinking about how can we reinvent what we've already got? It could make it actually better. Yeah,
absolutely.
So that last question about working from home. So we've got no idea how long this lockdown period is going to be, or whether we'll actually go back into lockdown after we come out of level 3. So really, I think we need to assume that we'll go back into lockdown again so that we're prepared. So we'll talk about setting yourself up if you can work from home. Yeah. So who can work from home? You'll be surprised at how many people can, as long as they are set up. So we would say that in your business, assess who can work from home and what they would need. What can you do from home? So think a little bit differently. Let's say you're a tradesperson. Maybe you can do some virtual quotes instead of traditionally going out on site. Maybe they can send you photos and they can get you their measurements. Maybe if you own a cafe, use the time to set up online selling or selling vouchers. We've seen adverts out there already for restaurants selling vouchers in advance.
And actually, in fact, that website was at SOS. I think they've sold 500,000 or something along those lines of vouchers. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Maybe if you're a real estate agent, you can still price from home. And actually, we've seen a really big increase in the virtual instead of going to a open home on the
Mm,
weekends, you can see the virtual homes, which is great use of technology.
mm,
Um, Maybe if you're a bike shop, you could look at online discount and delivery as soon as you're out of lockdown. So it's really just about looking, what can I do from home,
mm.
and having, so get creative and research what systems are out there to help you continue working. Um, yeah. So it's really important to ensure that if you are working from home, is your IT secure? There is basically a cloud system for everything, but we would encourage you to engage with a professional IT company to ensure that you're covered in this area. Have a think about the systems that you might need. Cloud-based accounting program, job management program, file management, client management, maybe some quoting systems, or staff communication systems.
Mm.
There's virtual meetings such as Zoom and House Party that we know about already, but also there's messaging systems for your internal staff such as Slack or Microsoft Teams. So
Mm.
we encourage you to pick up the phone and call each other. And this can easily be done with a VoIP phone system as well. You'll see our
Mm.
little headsets here, which are connected to the internet. So it's really about, if you're going to be working from home, to keep up that communication with your staff and clients, and
Mm.
keep that great company culture still going
That's
through
right.
these times.
We use, sorry, just talking
So
about
Lisa,
that. Yeah, we use Teams, which is part of Office 365. So we're talking to our staff every day through Teams. We have a general channel where everyone can see it, and then we can also talk directly. And, we've been working from home 100% since we've gone into lockdown, and we've got full productivity, haven't we, Kelly? We've got
we do, yeah,
all of the systems from home. It's like we're sitting in front of our computers at work. You can ring our normal DDIs. I mean, technology is amazing.
it is,
I mean,
yeah.
it hasn't helped. I mean, it has helped that we've got a great IT company, MCN, that does look after us very well and ensure that we do have the right setup, so we can continue to work 100% from home. Right.
And every business is going to be different, then, isn't it, Lisa? But to a degree, a lot of businesses will be able to work a little bit from home.
That's
It's not
right.
fully. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so then we move on to building resilient operations. So you need the ability to alter operations, of course, in the facing of changing business conditions. So you need to have resilient operations to do that. So to start off, you need the right staff. You need the right staff that's going to rise up in times like this, opposed to sitting in fear. You need staff that are flexible, but you actually need to create that culture, a flexible culture. You need staff that are a team player and that will pitch in and do what it takes, certainly in times like this. Like, I would hate to hear any of my staff, and I would never hear that because we've got a great culture going on, flexible culture, but that's not my job. Right now, you need flexible staff that will pitch in. And to be honest, if you do have staff that aren't like that are holding you back, first of all, look at your culture. Has it come from the top? And if it's not that, maybe they're not right for your business. So then we move on to productivity. So you need to have awesome productivity. Do you even know that? Or do you even know what the productivity, or understand the productivity in your business? Because if you don't know your productivity, then if there's an issue with it, how can you fix it? When I find a lot of businesses have black holes where productivity is being leaked or lost. So ensure you know your staff's productivity. And because if it's high and something like this happens, then you've got wriggle room. You've got room for movement. But if you go into something like this and you've got low productivity, you've got no room for movement, and you will not be resilient. So then you've got to also develop operational flexibility. So this is where you have flexibility in your operations to make changes and adapt quickly, and even redeploy staff to other areas. So can your staff cross over to other areas? And have you developed that flexible culture where everyone is flexible, including yourself? Can you work from different locations if need be? Can your operations quickly change if customer demands or needs change? Can you actually anticipate change in demands and then be ready for it? So look at your operations, and are they flexible, and resilient. Can you adopt digital technologies, especially for automation? And this goes in hand with increasing productivity and your operational flexibility. I would actually look at whether you can introduce technologies to take over manual tasks, because that will actually help free up time and make you and your staff far more productive. And there is something out there for everything, and it's just a matter of researching, looking at what is manual in your business, and then doing research and finding what technology out there will be able to help you with those manual tasks. So there's things such as automation around onboarding new clients, automatic receptionists, automatically chasing up leads, or creating quotes, or managing orders, or chasing up money for clients. So look at all those manual tasks in your business that loses productivity, and figure out how you can automate. I mean, we've done a lot of automating over the years, haven't we, Kelly? It's been fantastic to free up our time and make it actually more enjoyable for our staff as well. And I know that some people are scared around automation because they think that there'll be job losses, but don't look at it that way. Instead, think about freeing up your staff's time to do more productive and important jobs. Then, of course, we move on to, are you lean? And you need to be lean. And how lean is your business? Do you have leaks in your business processes and systems and the way you do things? Unnecessary leaks we're talking about. And when being lean is about removing those unnecessary steps that you don't need to do. And we should be constantly reviewing this as well, because what we did last year, or how we did it 6 months ago, may not actually be applicable now. And every time I know we sit down and review a system, we can always take out unnecessary, redundant steps that we do not need to do anymore, because times are changing. We change, our customers' needs change, technology changes. So I can guarantee that you can be more lean within your business. Do you have a good, bad, and ugly plan? Because when you do have that plan, and then you move into one of those phases, you already know what you need to do. And if you don't have that plan, then you're already behind the 8 ball. And that plan should also be about including protecting your assets and trying to get back to normal as quickly as possible. Now, this all might seem overwhelming, and you're like, oh gosh, I don't even know where to start. But just start with one thing. Or there are professionals out there that can help you with this, that can actually come into your business and help analyze and find those leaks, and then come up with a game plan on how to fix those leaks and make you more resilient. And we will talk about some funding at the end of this that will cover some of those professionals to help you in those areas. So that is about building resilient operations. And when you can build resilient operations, as it says here, you'll be able to move through turbulence and emerge faster and stronger than your competitors.
Great. So now we'll talk about building resilient financials. So financial resilience is the ability to withstand impact on your income and or your assets. Have more than one source of income. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Share the risk across many sectors, markets, and clients if possible. It means that if one goes down, then the other can still continue operating in those areas. Do you know what your risks are here in your business? Who are your largest clients? And what percentage what percentage are they of your income? You want to reduce your risks. Yeah. So also know your financials and understand your cash flow. If you don't understand your financials and cash flow, how can you control it?
That's right.
If you don't run your own reports on a regular basis and cash flow, then get your accountant to do it, because they specialize in it. You can have a chat about budget cash flow forecasts. Really quick rundown is that we do this a lot for our clients, and like Lisa just said, we can run scenarios on the good, the bad, and the ugly really quickly. So have a chat with someone about preparing up some budget cash flow forecasts.
Yeah, so we
Um,
do sorry, I'm going to butt in there, Kelly.
no?
So we do monthly management reports for clients, and really it's for about us analysing it for our clients and then letting them know. We give them a bit of a summary and letting them know what's good, what's bad, and any recommendations.
Mm,
So you don't necessarily have to be a finance guru. We can do a lot of it for you. We also do rolling cash flow forecasts. So we're always rolling out and predicting our clients' cash at 12 months. So if it's something that you're certainly interested in, then give Kelly or myself a call and we can talk to you about that.
yeah. And building resilient financials means having financials that are up to date and
Yes.
real at any one time, so that you can take action really quickly. You're not having to recreate the last few months of accounts,
That's right.
etc. Yeah. So I've talked a little bit about cash is king, but it pretty much is in this time. You need to ensure that you've got enough cash to withstand about 3 months of overheads with no money coming in. And we've all heard it before, but things haven't changed. So you need to figure out what it takes to build up enough cash reserves,
Mm,
and where you kind of use 3 months as a ballpark
mm,
to save up for that rainy day, which unfortunately is upon us right now. Having a budget and cash flow forecast is a perfect way to help you figure out what you do need and how much you can save. Also, to build resilient financials, we need low debt, or debt that is flexible and can drop down our payments if we're in a downturn. Um, So you need to ensure that if your business takes a hit, like it is right now, that you can still afford to service your debt, or at least lower those repayments for a
mm,
short period of time. Again, having a budget cash flow forecast is a great way to run a scenario to see if you see what your cash flow is and if you can actually do this.
mm,
Building resilient financials also includes having some debt that is productive. So hopefully when you've taken on debt, it's for productive things to help a business build, not
mm,
paying back debt that's incurred. So just be very careful with borrowing just to survive.
mm,
So that when we're talking about that, we're talking about try not to borrow to cover your overheads. Instead, if you are to take on debt, then it is to purchase assets to help you grow.
mm. That's
Yeah.
right. And like, I know that businesses right now can borrow money to help
Mm.
get them through this time. But you just got to be very careful if you are borrowing money just to survive. You've got to be ensure that when you do come out the other side, that you're going to then have enough money coming through to really service and get that debt paid off quickly.
Mm. No, it's really important. Um, yeah. So also building resilient financials is to have low overdue debtors. Make sure that you've got some great debtor management processes in place so that you're keeping what is owed to you down as low as possible.
At all times too.
Mm. Lisa.
Okay, so think tank sessions, love think tank sessions. And as it says here on screen, it's about bringing a group of motivated people who are interested in solving problems. They share, create, research ideas, and revamp processes, products, services, and the way of thinking for positive change. So if you are struggling to reinvent yourself, then organise and have a think tank session. And it can be done right now while all businesses are on pause, or most businesses are on pause, and we're in this lockdown. So first of all, you need to find a group of people to invite. And that should include, I believe it should include both people in and out of your business that like to solve problems and like to think differently. And in fact, I think that having them not part of your industry is really good, because
Mm.
they're not molded into how your industry does things. So they will think differently automatically. The next thing is to research prior to that meeting, that think tank session. Researching is a great way to generate new ideas and get conversations going, and it will help develop that brief that you need. And I suggest researching competitors both within New Zealand but also overseas, or even similar industries as well. Now you want to give them a brief before the session, and the brief needs to be have outcomes, but also I would have pain points in your business. So those pain points, especially if you're struggling to operate in this new environment, or you feel that you'll struggle to operate over the coming months, and have questions to get them thinking. And it could be, how can we diversify? How can we deliver our products or services differently? How can we automate? How can we become more leaner? And or maybe if you're actually a service-based business, how can we work permanently from home from now on and save all of those overheads, especially if your staff are loving it and the business is continuing to operate as per normal. Now, make sure within these sessions that you focus on how can we and not why we can't. It is very common for people to focus on the negative, but you need someone to take control of those sessions and turn that around if anyone is thinking that way. And of course, then you need to walk away with ideas. So maybe you can record the session or just write down, but try and have some ideas to walk away with. And of course, take action. Now, I think these think tank sessions need to be structured, but I think they actually need to be done in a casual way where people feel comfortable and relaxed, maybe over a few glasses of wine or beer, because you want people, the more relaxed they are, the more open and creative that people will be. And I think that you should make these as a regular part of your business. And if you can do them annually, awesome. Then you're already a step ahead of your competitors. So definitely build think tank sessions into your regular, idea creating for your business, and maybe do one now. So we'll move to Kelly.
That's a really good idea, think tank session. Great, so another point we're going to go through is succeed. So now that we've got some ideas on what it means to be resilient and work towards business resilience, you now need to take some action. So we need to protect, plan for change, and devise our plan. So devise a plan, delegate, take action, monitor, and tweak everything that we've talked about. And more importantly, it's about monitoring and tweaking as you go through the process. So it's evolving. Remember that no plan goes 100% accordingly, so don't stress about it. It's just about constantly coming up with a plan, monitoring and tweaking those points.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So where do we go from here? Remember that what you do right now will dictate the future of your business. As per previous webinars, during this lockdown, you should have been working on your business and working on all of this. Are you ready to come out of lockdown? Are your staff ready? Are your suppliers ready? Are your clients ready? And are you talking to all of them? Yeah. Can you work safely? Have you devised a plan for alert level 3? Now, we got the criteria yesterday about who can work and who can't. So now's a really good time in the next few days to devise a plan on the basis that when we drop down to level 3, you are ready.
That's right.
So there is no magic wand regarding business resilience and continuity. It's really just about having a well-structured and a well-oiled business with great staff, great systems, good cash flow, and the ability to adapt to any situation. So we're not talking about the perfect business, as there's no such thing, but it's at least working towards having these things in place, really so that you can act on changes that come about.
That's
And
right.
remembering that no one else is actually going to do this for you. So
yeah, that's right. I just want to jump in there. Yeah, so when yesterday alert level 3 information came out, so I was already on the phone to some of our clients, just talking to them about that and just reminding them to start talking to their staff. Especially if we come out next week, start talking to clients. What do we need to do? And just getting ready now for in case we do drop down to that alert level 3. So ensure you are having those conversations as well.
Definitely.
So just, back to that previous slide, don't forget, plan now, act now. No one else will do this for you, okay? No one else will. You're the only one that can do it. So as you can see on the slide here, we've been talking about it. We've been emailing clients. We've been Facebooking about it. There is free funding out there for this, and it's awesome. The government has developed a new scheme for businesses that are affected by COVID-19 right now. Let's face it, pretty much everyone is. So you can get assistance on HR, cash flow forecasting, and business continuity planning. So we've already got lots of businesses that we're working with on these 3 areas through this funding. So take advantage, and we can help you with those things. So business continuity, it's about what we've talked about today. So we can help review your business and come up with a bit of a plan. Same with cash flow forecasting. We can provide you with some cash flow forecasts and do the good, the bad, and ugly if need be. And we can also provide general HR support. And hopefully you don't get in this situation, but if you do, then you need to restructure, we can help with that as well. Okay, and it is 100% funded. It's not 100% non-capped. Of course, there will be a cap, but we're finding that the funding that is coming through is enough to do what we need to do for our clients in those areas. So definitely jump on it. Give me a call to talk about it. My DDI is 928-4277, or email lisa@sass.nz. Now, remember, not every business can be resilient as others. I mean, this is not a fair, even world, is this, Kelly?
No.
But it doesn't mean that you don't try and be resilient as possible. So it's all about that, isn't it? It's all about working towards having that resilience.
It is, yeah.
So thank you for watching this webinar. We hope we've helped in some way, and we're always here to help more if needed. Cool.
Okay,
Right.
thanks.
Thanks.